What up, G-Life? It's your boy, it's Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if possible, share, because it does help my channel. Check out the playlist where I have all my videos, and their own folders makes the video you're looking for a lot easier. From reactions to the G-series to all that. To topics like this. You know, what I wanted to get into, like the title says, is the world coming to an end? Are we all doomed? Is it spiraling out of control? Is it getting worse? Is it becoming more chaotic? First of all, breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe. My thoughts on how I view the world nowadays. How I see it. Well, if the world's coming to an end, nobody really knows, right? When the world comes to an end is when the world's going to come to an end. So, because eventually it is going to come to an end because everything must end. But that's neither here nor there. That's not what this video is about. People's behaviors nowadays, right? Are people acting worse? Are the times getting like... Is everything going to shit? Because of all the chaos that people see around? Actually, no. See, the thing is, people don't really understand and forget. Something you have to always keep in mind is history. The history of humanity, human behavior, and all of that. As somebody that studies it, and love to learn about it and all of that, and educate myself on it. I'm able to see it for what it is. You know how people say that nowadays people don't know how to behave, that these people are just like act like the worst of all time. And first of all, this is not the worst times ever. So you guys forget about slavery and times when you weren't even allowed to eat in the same restaurant as like white folks, and you had to sit in the back of the bus, and you weren't even allowed to go fucking drink out of the same fucking water fountain. And people are saying that nowadays people don't know how to behave. Damn, dog. If you would have lived in those times, my boy, then you for sure wouldn't have been able to hang, homie. And don't even make me go further back than that. You know what I mean? We had a whole entire Holocaust and fucking world wars and all kinds of shit, and people saying that we live in the worst times now. People are saying, "Oh my God, this pandemic! Oh, everything's going to shit." Man, we had from the fucking the spread of AIDS when it first hit the scene to the swine flu, to smallpox, to the plague, to all kinds of shit that killed so many people. It's not even funny, and we're talking about diseases here. And people are saying that we live in the worst times now. No. See, what's happening right now is that people are not used to this, right? People were used to freedom. People were used to, having everything their way, right? So, they got used to it like that. And now, because of all these pandemics and all these new, like guidelines that they put now and things that people must follow, people are not used to that and they don't like it. And that's the reason why, you see them that, they want to do this, but they can't. So, it pretty much just has them sitting right there and just having their imagination wander, you know what I mean, and cook up all this and that. And here's the thing, and this is where this doesn't help, because people don't understand how the internet works, right? They don't understand how technology works. Put it like this. If you start watching videos, right, about people fighting, right, or about robberies or shootings or anything like that, right? If you start watching videos about that, if you watch videos about UFOs, or if you watch a video about, I don't know, serial killer or anything, or any kind of video like that, your device is programmed in order to kind of get an idea of what kind of videos you like to watch, or what kind of topics you like to hear about. So it starts recording all of that. Therefore, it knows what videos to suggest to you, or articles or websites and stuff like that. So as you keep scrolling through, whether it's social media, YouTube, or just the internet itself, you'll be getting articles or links or messages about the video that you were just watching. Let's say it was a robbery video. So now you're gonna get pure videos about robberies, and websites about robberies, and then news articles, like memos sent to your phone, like about like the latest crime around your area and stuff like that. So now you're just watching nothing but negativity, like all this stuff about like robbery, and that's all you're seeing. That of course you're gonna think the world is going to shit. Of course you're gonna think that the world is in chaos and everything like that, because that's all you're viewing. For every video that you can find of people robbing somebody or doing some fucking horrendous crime, or just like, completely, lack of compassion, it's as many videos you could find of people doing like kind and wonderful acts. For every bad video there's a good video out there of people doing good things, and all of this and that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that people just get stuck on viewing just the negative stuff. It's because there's a lot of people out there that just like viewing negative things, right? They just like to view negative videos. So that's how you're gonna. If that's all you're feeding yourself, of course you're gonna think the world is in chaos. Of course you're gonna think everything's going to shit, because that's all literally you're feeding yourself. Never get stuck on one thing or one or one kind of video. You know what I mean? Mix it up. That way you don't pollute your fucking head. And it's kind of like when you're watching a scary movie. Before you start watching it, you're cool. Somewhere along in the middle of the movie, you're kind of like antsy, right? Because you have already been stuck watching that. You already been stuck in that zone for so long that you become a little bit more like paranoid and like like antsy, pues, because you just been stuck for a cool minute with nothing but that negative subject, pues. You know what I mean? So and that's one thing I have said always too, like when people walk into haunted house and stuff like that. If people did not know that house was haunted and they walked in there, and let's say the window moved or something like that, you would be like, oh, okay, it was the wind, it came in. Or if you see a shadow figure, whatever, oh, it was because the sun hit the blind. And you're gonna find logical, rational sense to whatever you're viewing, because you have no knowledge that the place is haunted. Now, if people told you that place is haunted, and then you go in there and then the same thing occurs, you're gonna think it's a ghost, because you already have that idea in your head. Same with all of this behavior. You know what I mean? When you're just stuck in that negative place, negativity is all that's going to be flowing through your head. So it's never good to do that, because technology, our devices are programmed not by the government's doing this on purpose and everything like that. They're literally designed to see what kind of videos you like to watch, and that way it knows what videos to send you. That way, like it's just not sending you like a bunch of stuff that you don't even want to watch and stuff like that. So it starts kind of like getting an idea of like what kind of videos and stuff you like to watch or learn about and stuff like that. So if you keep watching fucking videos about people, cartelists cutting people's heads off, that's all you're gonna be fucking receiving. All this negativity. You have to understand how technology works, how devices work. And like I have said, yes, we're in a pandemic, but shit, diseases. And no, it's not the government every so now and then creating diseases to lower the population and all of that, like people think that it is. It's like, you have to think about the people are bad people, right? There's bad people in this world. There's no doubt about that. Some people that create the most heinous of crimes, right? But if you look at all these horrendous crimes, they're always like individual or a certain amount of people, that commit these kind of despicable actions in society. You know what I mean? It's never done over like a long stretch by a big, massive, a secret empire like in the movies. You know what I mean? People think that that's how it is because they already seen it in a movie. You know what I mean? Movies put all these fucking ideas into people's heads, and if people can't find some logical sense to it, or if they can't comprehend it, they're gonna try to piece it together however they piece it together, even if it's some way out of the shit out there. You know what I mean? Some wacky stuff. Just because it makes them feel a little bit better that they kind of have an idea of what's going on now, right? So, there are people that like to be, there are people that like to actually know what's going on, and when they don't know what's going on, they don't like it. That's why they have to concoct all these, you know what I mean? Because they need some reassurance. You know what I mean? It's a psychological. They suffer from some kind of psychological, trauma. But we all do. We all have something psychologically wrong with us. You know what I mean? Because humanity is such emotional creatures because of our emotions. We're so emotional, that that we're all gonna have our defects, right? That are caused by some kind of psychological stress. That's perfectly normal and natural, right? The difference is being able to acknowledge it and accept it. You get what I'm saying? And not let it just control your life because you refuse to admit it and deny it. You get what I'm saying? People naturally have flaws. That's normal. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a person with no flaws or a perfect individual. That's ridiculous. As a matter of fact, the word perfection doesn't even exist in this world. Perfection does not exist. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you can give it your all. You can try. But as in the word perfection is not a real word. It's not a real word. Perfection does not exist. Nothing is truly perfect. You get what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it. And that's perfectly normal and fine. But so, the world is not more chaotic. People behave a million times worse before. And even with this youth nowadays, right? These youngsters and everything like that. Oh, they're rapping about dumb shit. They're doing dumb drugs. People back then used to slip. They used to fucking do the computer cleaners. They used to sniff fucking spray cans. You know what I mean? They used to fucking white out. You know what I'm saying? Like people forgot about all of that. You know what I'm saying? And people used to do crack, and people were doing all kinds of shit. The world was a fucking chaos before, and now they're saying that these youngsters are out of control and that we didn't act like that in our time. And what the fuck are you guys talking about? There was all kinds of stupid shit that people were doing. Did you guys forget? Not because you guys turned out to be perfect, well-behaved adults. Did you forget about your childhood or the shit that used to occur back then? Come on now. See, the thing is that people always view the present and wanna give their guess on the future, but always leave out the past and always forget the past. The past is important. The past is as important as the future. You get what I'm saying? Because if you look at the past, then you will see that nothing has changed. The only reason why people are now seeing look, the world has always been this way, like how it is right now. But the only difference is that nowadays everybody has, devices. Everybody has phones all over the world, right? And now there's social media, right? The internet, where everyone from all over the world could meet up in one single place, upload videos and stuff like that. So the world has always been like this. The only difference is that now you get to see it for yourself. Now you get to see with your own eyes why people say the streets are cold, the streets are ruthless, the streets show no mercy. Man, it's cold. It's a cold game. Man, the streets is scandalous out there. Now people are seeing what we were talking about. We know because we were out there and we got to experience, when we out there and stuff like that. So like we already know, but other people were only be able to go based on like what they read in the newspaper or what they seen on the news, to a certain extent, right? Because they're not gonna sit there and watch the news all day. But now with social media, everyone's on social media all damn day. You get what I'm saying? And people are uploading videos from all over the place, and people are now seeing. That's not because all of a sudden all of this is occurring. This shit has always occurred. This shit has always been like this. The only difference is that now everyone has a phone and gets to actually upload what they're seeing. So it's nothing new. It's now that technology is here, and now people are actually get to see it. You know what I mean? And people behave way worse before. As a matter of fact, we came a long way. Far from where we need to be. But hey, I mean, any kind of progress I'll take it. A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. You get what I'm saying? So and about the whole, don't feed yourself so much negativity, because if anything, you're just surrounding yourself in the abyss. What's the saying? Stare into the abyss long enough and it'll start to stare back. That's a real saying. You know what I mean? Don't just feed yourself pure negativity. You know what I mean? Don't get stuck on one subject or one side of view or one opinion and everything like that. You know what I mean? Be open minded. You know what I mean? Now, am I saying that the government hands are clean here and there's nothing fishy going on? That's not what I'm saying. But I'm not saying that they're actually behind all these evil and everything like that. You gotta have an open mind. You can't pick not one side nor the other. You could only go sit back, analyze the things, and give your opinions on the matters. You know what I mean? But don't walk into the scenario already thinking that, oh yeah, it's definitely the fucking government. Because you don't know 100. You don't have the facts. None of this shit is 100. This shit is all speculation. We're speculating that the government has nothing to do with this. We're speculating that the government has something to do with this. Nobody has the proof. So, therefore, we're only going based off of speculations. These are not facts. So, people need to realize that. You can't say that this is 100% what's going on because you don't have the facts. Get what I'm saying? Take a deep breath. Chill out, bro. Enjoy life. Life is too short to be dwelling on what ifs. Get what I'm saying? But that's just my point of view on the subject and the matter. You know, and maybe it'll help people now like understand maybe scenarios a little bit better. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is facts or the truth or whatever. That's just my point of view and giving my opinion on how I view the matters, and maybe it'll help somebody as well. Or maybe help you, with however you view it. You know what I'm saying? Or but these are just my opinions. That's how I just see it. I'm Shadow, we out.